What's up, family? Hope y'all doing well here on this Friday. Myself just got done knocking out Awful Andy like many of you did, and of course we had the Zeus rope in there, the heavy double under, and thus the question continues to come up within our group as to what should I get when it comes to heavy jump rope, or what is a heavy jump rope. So I wanted to take a minute to throw this out there for you all in hopes that it would help you with your next jump rope purchase when you dive into that heavy realm. So first off, I just want to start with the basics for any of you that don't have a speed rope yet and you're looking to go that route, because there is a lot of options out there when it comes to speed ropes, a lot of different companies offering some good variations, and I think really at the end of the day it's going to come down to what you feel like fits best in your hand handle-wise. The rest of them, they all got bearing systems that spin great, and as long as you keep them clean and don't allow too much junk, chalk, stuff like that to get in there, then they'll spin well and you'll be just fine. But what I did, being a Mayhem athlete and being a big fan and supporter of Rich, if he's behind the production of something, whether it be jump ropes or grips or whatever, I'm going to gravitate towards those things right out the gates and trust his input. So in this case of speed ropes, I went with the SR1F. Now this is the 1.0 and then the 2.0, so I'm still rolling with one more 1.0. The big difference you'll see between these two ropes, if you can tell, first off, the lettering, the rogue lettering, is raised just a little bit more than on the 1.0, and it's also got a little bit of a textured handle to it that the 1.0 did not have. What I find unique about those two different variations on the 2.0 is it just adds a little bit of extra grip to the handle that makes it easier to hold on to that thing, you know, and especially in the summer months when you're sweating really bad. So let's get into the main topic of this, and that is the idea of the heavy jump rope. So what I did is I did a little bit of research, and I discovered that really what we're talking about here is going to the RX Smart Gear Zeus rope. Some of you have commented on the Hades rope that you have. I can't compare the two, so you feel free to comment and share your experience with the Hades rope. But with the Zeus rope, and when it comes to a heavy jump rope, what essentially we're getting to is a heavy cable. So with the heavy cable, what you're getting is about a half a pound of weight per 9 foot. So I'm 6'2" almost. And the size ropes I've went with is right around that 9 foot range. So I got about a half a pound of weight in the cable itself, and it's twice as thick as a speed rope. With RX Smart Gear going that route and going with the Zeus rope, the first thing in the ordering is what size do I get? Because with a speed rope you can just snip it, reattach the locking mechanism and roll. But with these heavy ropes, you're buying your size, and that can be a little bit intimidating. So on RX Smart Gear's website, their sizing chart I thought was spot on. They said if you're an athlete between 6'1" and 6'3", go with this size rope. I did that. My RX Smart Gear Zeus rope is spot on when it comes to sizing for me. No regrets whatsoever. One unique thing about the RX Smart Gear handles is different than the Rogue ones. This is a little bit thicker of a handle. They're not heavy at all, but they have a notch system and a contour system in the handles that allows you to either set your thumbs as like this, which is a little bit further away from the cable, or by a simple twist in the handle, the next notch is a little bit closer to the handle. So if you find yourself in a sizing issue where you could use that extra half an inch or so of closing the length, if you will, by adjusting your grip closer to the cable, then that works. Or some of you just might like the feel of your hands being closer to the cable. With the RX Smart Gear heavy rope, you get this independently spinning handle separate from the cable, so you still get a very similar opportunity to spin the rope in a double under fashion like a speed rope, except for now you get a half a pound of weight. So there's your RX Smart Gear Zeus rope when it comes to heavy jump rope. Just to say, like, if you're looking like, what do I do, where do I go for a heavy jump rope when it comes to Mayhem Athlete programming, that's where you would want to start. Now, if you really want to spice things up in the heavy jump rope realm, you could go, again, with a heavy cable. So, again, heavy jump rope, heavy cable. You get, again, about a half a pound of weight. But on Rogue's website, you have the Rogue Pro heavy jump rope, where in this case, you get two 1 pound handles to add to the equation. When I do double unders back and forth between these two, not a huge difference, but definitely you can feel a different stimulus in spinning that handle around. That weight adds up over time for sure. Let me tell you this. Again, I'm almost 6'2". On the Rogue's website, their sizing chart says that if you're between 6'1" and 6'5", then go with the 115-inch cable. That's what I did because I'm in that range. But I find that this is just a little bit too big for me. So I think that really the 6'1" to 6'5", they're probably looking at somebody, this cable's set perfectly probably for somebody more like 6'3", which that's about 1.5 inches taller than really I am. So if I had this to do all over again, I would go with the 110-inch Rogue Pro jump rope instead of the 115. I like it just a little bit shorter, allows me to keep my hands a little more relaxed up and down, closer to my body, and spin that thing as opposed to having to maybe be a little wider out because the cable's a little longer. So they have replacement kits for this thing, I noticed online too, so I haven't gotten to the place yet where I have to replace a cable, and I'm not 100% sure how to detach these things yet, as opposed to the speed rope, super easy. So just know that, if this thing wears out, that you don't have to get all new handles, you just got to get a new cable. So last but not least, you get into the drag ropes. That's what we saw with Awful Annie. With the drag rope, this is an actual rope. All right, so you also will notice that you get the same RX Smart Gear handle. That's where I went with this, is RX Smart Gear drag rope. Same handle, but with this one, it does not spin independently of the rope. You get the actual connection there. So that's a different stimulus, and because it's a rope, you get the drag through the air. That's why it's called a drag rope. That's not just because we give up on it, we're just dragging it across the gym, right? Everybody with me? So, and it's 6'2" almost. Again, I went with the size large. Works out great for me. This is exactly where I like my jump ropes to hang. So I hope that helps out with you all, and any of the questions you might have about heavy jump ropes and where do I go and what do I get. That's the lineup as far as I'm concerned. But if you got any questions or comments or anything you think I missed, drop it in the comments, and we'll keep this discussion going. So take care, guys. See you on the leaderboard.